Okay, here we are at the arm wrestling training, armwrestlingworldwide.com, and we're training with the arm developed by James Jerome. You see we have 3 of the Lifeline tubings on here, 2 yellows and 1 orange at the top of the bracket, and that's very important because of the actual pressure we'll want to get is pulling up like that, so that our hand and our wrist is being taken. But what we're doing is we're in the next phase of it, so we're going to drop it down. This has adjustments that go all the way down. Okay, here's the other setting, here's the other setting. There's the setting, and there's the setting. We want to actually be over here on this training, which means that it's going to lengthen the tubing, making it much more difficult to actually train with. Want to make sure these hooks are in, like that. And the way you develop them, it's very difficult for them just to come loose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to approach the table. I'm going to be on this side of my pad because the angle I want to get at is, you see my arm is opened up at the losing corner, and I simply want to close the gap between my forearm and my bicep, hitting, as it were, the winning corner, which is really up in here to my shoulder. So you can see I'm at a 30-degree angle. See, my hand is actually in a loose position. I'm going to pull it straight up like this, and I'm using my forearm, my bicep, my shoulders, and my pec. Standing over and keep my shoulders parallel to the edge of the table. You can see I'm not bending my wrist down. I'm not bending my wrist back. I want to keep it right about there. And just supinate with it right there. Bring it back. You can see the pressure. You want to keep your hand actually on top of this gripping device, whatever you're going to be using. You want to keep that so that that pressure is pulling your hand up like that, as if it's taking your wrist. There you go, Randy. So I'm simply going to hold this for 30 seconds with just muscle. I'm at the 3. You know, all that shaking going on, you see that shaking going on? That means I need to develop more control, and this is a control exercise. You want to hold this thing for 30 seconds.
You're at 15.
Okay, I'm at 15. And again, all I'm using here is my forearm, my bicep, my shoulders, and my pectoral.
25.
At 30 seconds, I want to move it, slow movement, just a little bit like that. Hold it for 5 seconds. You really feel the muscle now. Come back. You're going to hold for another 30 seconds. You're going to do that 3 times.
Water, sir.
Thank you. After all our exercises, the #1 thing to do is to actually sip water. Your muscles are made of 78% water, and this is one of the reasons why actually creatine works. It actually helps the muscle retain water. One of the best nutrients you can use between exercises is to sip water. And the other thing that I actually didn't say to you guys is you need to rest at least 2 minutes between exercise and let your ATP-PC, your adenine triphosphate phosphocreatine, actually restore. You only have 10 seconds of that energy. You got to be able to restore that before you come back and do the same exercise.